proposition is some sort of foundation for you, first of all for you guys, we just started, to feel that whatever you are offering as an agent and as a company is unique and has a lot of value. And majority of the companies are either not offering that or not able to deliver or take money for the same type of services additionally. And in Ray White, you are getting this all for free. Make sense? So I want to sell this value proposition to you, so you're going to be sold to, yeah, there is a reason for the client to choose Ray White rather than, let's say, working with Axe Capital, or rather than working with any other real estate company. But you have to believe in this yourself, so you will be able to deliver it to the client. Make sense? So you will have this document, and I have a more extended Excel file where I'm not only describing all of the kind of values in details, as well kind of shifting it into what does that mean for the client. So it's not only features and benefits, so it's good. No, no, no. What it means for you is you will be able to do one thing and the second thing and the third thing. I'm going to talk through that, but you will have, and you, some of them already do have, an Excel file where it's all written. There's lots of boring text, but if you will need to remind yourself, you can always do that. So, support the handover process with the developer. This is the question a lot of clients may ask you or may not ask you. What I'm going to do, how I'm going to be getting my unit, when the unit is delivered, what is the next step? Usually, if the clients, majority of your clients are not in Dubai, so they will have to then somehow fly in on the certain time to being able to get the snagging report, which is an Excel file with lots of different types of the job that they go, okay, this one is good, click, this one is good, click. Majority of them are not engineers, so they are not going to be able to even determine if the quality of this, I don't know, paint or the plumbing is sufficient enough. Just because they don't have an experience and the unit is coming sometimes even furnished, so it's not much things that you can do. So what the Ray White is offering is having an understanding that for you, Mr. Client, is definitely going to be not easy, even if you live in Dubai, to allocate your time and resources to do the snagging. We're going to help you to do it on your behalf. I mean, you can do it, you can appoint someone. It's going to cost you, depending on the size of the unit, from 7,000 to 10,000 dirhams, right? If you are a client of Ray White, you will have the snagging test for free. So what it means for you that we will have qualified engineers going with the developer on your behalf, checking all ins and outs, and if there is something needs to be fixed, they're gonna point that out, and the developer will fix you. You're not gonna be end up kind of forced by the developer to sign the documents and take the unit which is having some issues or faults. Is that clear? Do you see how that's going to help the client? Right? This can be used as well in the cases when the clients are telling you, I will go with developer directly, why I need you, why I need your services. Well, one of the reasons why you need my services is just because I'm going to be the one who will support you, me and the customer service team in my company, going to support you through the construction period with updates. Hopefully we will actually do that. We will definitely. And then, yes?
And also later on, if you want to resale, we also can provide him.
Yes. And that the most important question.
Benefit for him.
First of all, the client's asking these questions, right? And yeah, most probably you are thinking to yourself, okay, I've got the unit, what should I do next? Because the developers are not assisting with that. The developers, if you will go with them, which you absolutely can, it's up to you to decide, they will definitely remind you about the payments. I'm going to send you a couple of pictures here and there before the payments, so you will see that some sort of construction is happening. And then, as soon as you sign the documents that got the unit, the title deed will be issued, that you are your own man, and no one is there to anyhow help or support you. So we are actually helping you to prepare for the process and might even have ready tenant by the time that you have of the documents set up and DIVA and electricity connected to your unit. Make sense? Do you communicate like this to the client now? Something similar?
I always explain to my client that we can provide many services as
Yeah.
snagging and resale or do rental.
Perfect. So, streamless, I don't know what streamlet is, seamless, I don't know. My assistant decided it's going to be streamless. Seamless golden visa process. Now you can get a golden visa even before you actually got the title deed for the property, right?
Yes.
So
50% completion.
50% completion and payment.
And payment 2 million. He must pay already 2 million.
Yeah, 2 million of payment and 50% completion. However, Mr. Client, most probably being not in Dubai, it's not going to be easy for you to kind of go through all of the process. That's why we are here to assist you, and we have, I would say it's definitely our partnership company. We're not doing it ourselves. However, he doesn't need to know that he has a partners. You can say, like, my colleague or my associate will be able to help you and basically hold you through the process. So you and your family will be able to get this visa as soon as possible. Hassle-free rent collection Happy Tenant system. I'm sure you know that there is lots of application now and kind of systems which are used by the short-term rental companies and management companies which are managing the units for the clients. So the same here. You will, Mr. Client, be connected to the system. You will have all of the payments from your tenant available for viewing. You will be notified whenever you will need to renew the contract about the potential price increase. So you're never going to miss an appropriate time to actually submit this price increase because, guys, just reminding you, I'm sure you know, if you are as a landlord allowed by Dubai rental index to increase the price, but you missed the 3-month mark before the contract renewal, and you kind of sent him an email 2 months, 29 days, taking in consideration it's not February with 29 days, but you kind of miss the period, you're not going to be able to increase anything. I'm not sure if you know that, maybe some of you know, but I will ask the questions. Which areas in Dubai, well, actually I know about one area, has a different type of relationship between landlords and tenants, which are rental index is not applicable for them?
Is it the DIFC?
Fantastic, great job. It's a DIFC. So that can be used, guys. There is a new project being launched in DIFC, I think 2 months ago, or any resale of that project. So, Mr. Client, if you really want to be the one who is controlling the price and negotiate with the tenant on a different level, you will be able to increase, let's say, 10%, 15% every year, regardless. And you do not have to issue vacating letter if the client is not intended. You are not obliged on renewing the contract automatically. So every contract treats as a separate issue, separate contract, which is great for the landlords, but very bad for the tenants over there. Right? Have you knew about this?
Because that's all of them Airbnb already.
I mean, no, yeah, not only over there in B&B, but a lot. So, hassle-free rent collection. So we're kind of helping you, even if you don't live in Dubai, to see what is actually going on in your apartment, how much maintenance we've done, right? Because we can manage the units itself, and we have how many units we are, at least we are saying we are managing. I'm not sure if the number is still on or it's higher or lower, but my data is from August. How many, guys? Ezra White. Who was the one who's recording videos with me about Ray White for the... We were saying exactly how many units. 400. 4,000. I love him. 4,000, yes. A little bit less, kind of 400 units, right? Yeah. Okay, so an average management fee is actually 10%. The other management company which is going to take minimum 10%, sometimes it's 25, depends, from your rent that you are collecting from your tenant. In Ray White, those type of services, Happy Tenant system, for you, for your tenant to stay there as long as possible is free, right? So that's a 10% that you are adding on to your rental yield and having an additional services. Otherwise, you will need to be the one who is supervising it, because the agent on its own, I don't think that they're going to be, I mean, I don't want to go there, but most probably if you're just going to appoint the agent to take care of the contract renewal, he might not be always up to date. He's busy, he's doing a lot of different things, and might be not on his mind.
We just confirm.
Yes.
Ray White will not take the 10%?
For being a part of this Happy Tenant, from what I've had a conversation with Mr. Shadi, we will not.
And how are they gonna get the...
Usually, you know, the funny thing, those type of app, let's put it this way, it's an app. There is lots of apps that can be used. For example, I am a tenant, I'm registering in this app for the landlord, and we are, as a company, we have 5, 6, 20 properties registered in this app. And the tenant is requesting any services that we are doing as a company in terms of, oh, I need to clean the AC, or I need to fix the leakage through the app. So we have everything recorded, and this request goes to the directly to the management company. Yeah, the one, I mean, let's say some person who is in charge of this, probably outside contractor, and that's.
Long and short term?
No, we're not doing short term. It's only for a long term, guys. That's why we're talking about checks.
I thought maybe they gonna do it in the future. Maybe it's a plan for the company to do also as a
Short term, yeah.
Because I know they do a long term rental.
Yes. So that's only for the long-term rental. For the short-term, yes, guys, but that means that we will have to get a little bit different type of license additionally. And definitely with the plans that Ray White has in the future, we will get there. Maybe not next year, maybe just in 2 years, because we need, I don't know how the break even, you know what break even means? Mm-hmm. The point of when you start making money. I mean, for you to start making money operating this as a, let's say, management company, you should have 20 or 25 or 40 units to operate. So I don't know how much units we will be able out of our clients get into the next year for us to be able to properly start the process. But we are not promising, like, no one gonna do the short-term unit rental operation for you for free. That's madness. Sorry about that. That's how the business are running. Why would anyone gonna do it for free? UAE bank account opening. Not every client who will own the property in Dubai will have a residency here. Not everyone needs a golden visa. And in this case, we're still going to help you without being even a resident to open a bank account, which gonna enable you to receive this money in Dubai, have a separate credit card, and, for example, if you are from Europe, avoid additional tax on the profits that you're getting, because you are not showing this money. Make sense? It's not very easy to open an account in Dubai. They're getting confused. They don't know which bank to approach. There is lots of people are offering this type of services. They try to take money, 3,000-4,000, but they do not promise that the bank account will be opened for you. That's the reality what's happening. Have you got this from the clients or not yet? But if you haven't got this, is the truth. And you can bring it up as, a lot of clients that we're working with, they had that bad experience trying to open the bank account through, let's say, consultancy companies. Well, end up paying money and never got anything because they do not promise the results. Well, we do not charge anything. We just help and support them through getting. We do not promise that you will have account 100% because it's not us, it's a bank to decide. But we have connections and we have several banks we're working with who potentially can help you with that. Financial flexibility through mortgage assistance. We can assist you with a property mortgage when the property is ready. And even if you want to, I would frame it in a way, if you are looking to become at some point a full-time investor, full-time property investor, that means that you quit your job and you just live on the passive income generated by your properties. If you will wait, you got one property, then you wait for 5 years, that the price appreciates, and then you sell it, and then you buy 2 properties, it's a very long period of time. What we can do for you, if we can help you to get the finance, potentially a personal loan against the property which is already completed, which is not mortgage, for example, right? For you to get 2 other off-plan properties. And then you're going to accelerate your growth as an investor. In 5 years, instead of having just 1 property and you're selling it, you have 3 properties. So we're helping with the cases like that as well. Your client might not think that they can even do this thing, but it's actually possible. Yeah, and all of the, I would challenge the client, for example, when they say, oh, I just want to have this fund investment. Yeah, but what's your like a long-term goal with actually like investing in a property? Are you actually willing to at some point stop working and just living from the income the passive income that is generated in the properties? Oh yeah, well that would be great. I would not think that someone will say, oh no, I just like want to work till I'm 70, right? Optimize returns of the property.
Sorry, so you're
Yes.
saying they will take the ready property that they already own,
Yeah.
it's all totally paid for, and then they will refinance it to get a
I'm not talking about
personal loan.
mortgage. It's not going to be mortgage. It's going to be personal loan, yeah.
But then the percentage is higher because it's a personal. Yeah.
Of course. But this is how you build your business as an investor. Because if you want to invest in an off-plan property, you can take a mortgage. Right? But it's up to you. I'm not saying that you have to do that, but if you have a capacity and you have a goal to start building your assets, that there is a smart way, because the people are using borrowed money for them to be able to do something which they are not otherwise going to be able to do anyway, right? And I'm not trying to put you into like a financial hole. Oh, I'm not going to be able to pay this. But there is an opportunity to get the money for you to purchase another off-plan properties. And then use the rental money to pay it off, or use the rental money and additional income to pay it off. I don't know. I'm not saying that, the rent is going to cover all of this, but it's going to cover some, for sure. In comparison to other countries, we still have a quite low interest for personal loans. And and for mortgages as well. What is the average fixed mortgage rate in Dubai now? Fixed? Fixed or fluctuating? That's a different one. Fluctuating, yeah. Well, what's the difference between fixed and fluctuating rate?
It's not gonna change over the years. And
Can change. You cannot control it.
Huh?
Yeah, you cannot control it. It depends of it's basically Federal Reserve gonna raise his interest rates. The interest rate is gonna go up everywhere, and it's gonna go up for you as well. But if you have a fixed rate, it might be way higher than the fluctuating interest rates, but it's fixed. At least you know what you're paying for. Guys, have you ever calculated yourself? Because we know that the off-plan property looks more expensive than the ready property. Have you actually did any accounts on how much you will pay actually in real money if you will get a ready property, which is cheaper than the off-plan, and going to be using the mortgage to pay it off even 15 years? How much more you're going to be paying? Have you ever done this exercise?
Around from 50 to 60%. So 25 years it will be double.
Yeah.
If you pay it by 15 years, it's around from 50 to 60 around your profile. But if you pay more, you may be double.
Yeah.
Double the price.
So that's a great exercise. That's a great, feedback when someone is saying, "Yeah, well, but why off-plan properties are expensive than the ready?"
no, just sometimes on ready because they want like otherwise they are moving in or they want straight away income. They want
Yeah, that's great. Look, if someone has money to purchase ready,
no, they like want to take a mortgage.
Payment plan.
okay, so yeah. Yeah, then that you definitely could do that. But Mr. Client, have you actually went in depth on calculating how much money you will spend for the interest rates? Because it might look like 4.5%, and I don't know, you may think that it's only 4.5% on the amount that you're taking.
No, yearly.
Yeah.
If they say yes.
I mean, okay, so that makes sense. Do you want me to show you how it actually works? Because I don't want you to get yourself in trouble. Have you been in touch with any mortgage advisor who are able to actually qualify? Are you even eligible for the mortgage to start with? And then how much money will you be paying? And I'm not saying it's not something that you want to take risk and participate into, but on average, it's like, depending on the years, it might be like from 30 to kind of 60% of the total price. Which makes sense if you're living there yourself, right? And instead of paying rent, you're paying your own mortgage. That definitely makes sense. But are you going to do that? No. Oh, okay. Optimize return of the property. We're going to be one point of contact for all of your property needs. We're going to help you with multiple investment options, so multiple ways how you can generate money. Even if you want to do the short term, we can assist you with that. Even though we are not doing it ourselves, but we have partners who can help you with renting your property for a short term. It's going to cost money. You will have to share, you have to pay a fee for those companies. However, what do I mean? If your property, for example, in 3, 4, 5 years of working with us and generating good returns, we potentially, because we are doing like we are here on the ground and we look at the market, the movement of the market, and how change happens between the different areas, we might even be that point of contact when we can advise you in 3, 4 years, then it's maybe the best for you to grow your wealth is to sell this property and to purchase something different. So we're going to be kind of on a watch of you not missing out for any trends on the market before the market turns. Because that's what the investors are, I would not say afraid of, but they're cautious about. Like, I'm not in Dubai, I'm not like all the time looking at the trends. And sometimes when the trend is already official, it's too late. Okay, the prices are going down and I'm just only trying to chase something. So we are here, we're going to help you to predict what will be the best move for you and your property further. Do you see, Mr. Client, how that's going to benefit you the most? And you asking him this question, you keep yourself silent, and the client is saying, oh yeah, I will be able to do this, I will be able to do that. Because all of these questions, if we're just going to go into the pitch, like I do now, it's not going to land perfectly. I want them to be engaged with me. That's why I not only asking, checking for agreement questions. Does that make sense for you? Do you see how that's benefiting you? Yes. Okay, so out of everything that I've said, what do you think gonna be the most important for you? Oh, the most important for me is going to be that you're going to collect the rent. And why? Why do you think this is going to be the most important for you? I'm asking him these questions, first of all, to clarify that he heard what I've said, that he can relate, and by repeating what I've said as his benefit, he starts feeling how these things are actually benefiting him. Because he doesn't believe what you say, he believes what? What he say to himself. So our goal in all our communication with the client, to ask him a question or to deliver something and then ask the question. So he's going to tell himself why it's good for him. And the last one, UAE market trends, updates. That's what we are sharing with our clients. I do not think we're sharing this yet, but definitely this is one of the systems that we're going to be installing, the emails to our clients with the market updates on general about UAE market and about the area they purchased the property, just to keep them in the loop. Will that help you, Mr. Client, if we're going to be doing these updates for you? Yes. Okay, guys, done. I think it was 35 minutes. Questions?
Some clients we don't understand about they cannot take mortgage on off-plan.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for this question. I was on one of the conferences, Real Tech, and there was like a insurance guy presenting on the stage. And just because my attitude on the conference, whenever I'm going to any network events, I want to be the person who is talking the most. I want to be the person who is asking the most questions. So whenever, this is how like the conference type of thing works. So there is a board presenting, and then he finished the presenting, then he has any questions. Of course, that's me. I have lots of questions, lots. So this insurance person was presenting some sort of solutions. He was just, it was like a monotone conversation. But okay, so that's a great time to ask him, is there any way for someone who is purchasing off plan just to insure the contract of obligations? You got me? Because there is lots of different ways to insure things. And if, for example, we have a business connections, forget about the property. I have some obligations in front of you, like a futures obligation. You're paying me money now, and I'm going to give you the, I don't know, olive oil from the second harvest, right? Which is not there, but I know I have a plant, I have everything, so I'm selling my harvest before it's actually been collected. So those type of deals, they can be insured by the company, right? So you're going to be safe that if I'm going to fail to deliver, there is an insurance company going to pay for that. So what do you think? So ask the client, or the insurance guy, is there any way for a client who is outside of the construction process to insure, to have some sort of insurance for the contract with the developer, that the developer gonna do what? Complete the unit in time. What do you think he answered me?
Yes, you can. Of course not.
Of course not. It's not about this insurance guy or this insurance company or these things in particular, those type of, what he said was like, because there is nothing yet constructed,
Yes.
there is nothing to insure. And this is what I would say, look, Mr. Client, I do understand that we would love to have as maximum insurance as possible. And if you're going to take a mortgage, you're definitely going to be asked to pay for insurance of your own life, just in case if you're not going to be able to pay it off because you are dead, the insurance company is going to be kind of covered with that. But for the real estate, up till this point, unfortunately, there is not a single place on earth where the insurance company gonna insure the obligations of the developer in front of the client, including even I think it's going to be obligations of some contractor who is doing renovations or building your home. You got me? It's not going to be insured, those type of things. Why? It's very risky for them. So what I'm doing, I'm not putting it on me, I'm not putting it on a developer, I'm putting it on the insurance company. Well, I don't know, it's just them. Any more questions? So do you think that response going to somehow help you? So that's basically a problem of insurance company.
Possibly they can take a mortgage on something which is not.
There. And this is not a mortgage because, sorry, I responded to something else. Mortgage is something which uses a ready property as a collateral. You know collateral? Can you? You got me? So if there is nothing that you can put again, so I'm giving you money, I want to have some confirmation. So for me now, I have this property. So I own the property basically, not you.
It's like exchange. You give them your property.
Yeah.
Because you're taking money from the bank. So for the bank, it's a security. This unit will be.
Yeah, however, Mr. Client, I do understand, but if you have something to put as a collateral for your personal loan, it's possible. Yeah, you can do that. Many people are doing this. This is how they're growing the business as well.
Even if they are from other countries.
Yeah, from other country, well, I mean, let me ask you, Mr. Client.
And if they have something in other country, they can.
No.
Only in UAE, right?
No, look, I don't think the personal loan going to be given.
Like a collateral should be used.
I would say the personal loan would be given most probably if you have definitely collateral, and that if you have a job which is generate a salary transfer, it's again an obligation. So if you are a business owner and you are not sending yourself salary, that might be a problem, even if you have lots of money.
In this case,
A
you
lot
can
of terms,
take a mortgage for
Hmm?
a lot of terms from the banks to give a person, not only salary transfer and regular salary.